They're running a strange program, y'all. I mean, more poor and disenfranchised folks than this place has ever seen. And see, they try to front this shit off like it don't exist. Meanwhile, the rich get richer and the poor don't get a fucking thing. Times like these, people want to get high. Real high and real fast. And this is gonna do it. And make us rich.
Uncle Jackson, that Boots Swap on Black Power family. What up? It's your brother in Google. Now you see RANM. And once again, tune in to RANM, RBG TV. We keep it G. Raw and uncut, common sense for the common people. Dealing with the common issues, fam. You already know we're trying to seek those common solutions. So all in together now, family. Say nice, loud, and proud. What's the method, the motto, mantra, motivation, and the madness? You walk with me long enough, family. You should know right now that it's black love, and black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. With that being said, big business, like what the homie Nino Brown said, coming from a little clip from New Jack City. Y'all seen the movie? Big business. He already talked about what that was. Now, of course, he was dealing with the drug dealing, whatever. But the theme, nonetheless, that goes in many different levels. Dealing with America. Once again, 3Ks, don't get it twisted. And one of those major levels that affects black people, yes, family, you already know, is the realm of religion. And religion, if in my personal opinion, is just as addicting as any narcotic. So with that being said, today I got a clip for y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it, here along the way or whatever. If not, for those, cool, no problem. But I want y'all to analyze this thing. I really want y'all to listen to what's being said, the questions that this brother's being asked, the way he answers them, his body language, overall everything. Just look at him. He's gonna buck dance this entire questioning process, right? Now, of course, this is a pastor going before millions and thousands of people, whatever, who come to his church on Sundays and this, that, and the third, truly believe in him, right? But he buck dancing. He bullshit nonetheless. And when it's time to own up and show and prove and account for that shit, he backslides every chance. So basically what I'm asking, the question I'm proposing to the family is, do you really know the ins and outs of that which you involve yourself in? Again, I'm not trying to take nothing from nobody. You do your thing, I do mine. But again, thinking ain't illegal, living black ain't wrong, all in together now. So with that being said, it's okay to question shit. We've been taught generation after generation not to question anything, especially coming from the church. And when I say the church, I'm talking about the mosque and the synagogue too, so don't get it twisted. We've been taught not to question, but until you get, you're always going to have a question in the back of your head, and you're going to seek an answer. The answers come by way of questioning. It's okay. Ask a question, because at the end of the day, this is where your time is going, this is where your energy is going, your manpower, resources, money, all of that good stuff is going. A lot of our people spend a lot of our times within these religious institutions. So with that being said, it would behoove you to get your shit together, behoove you to know what's going on. So with that being said, like I said, I want to sit back, get comfortable. Y'all get comfortable. It's a nice little lengthy joint, about 15 minutes, whatever. I want y'all to really, like I said, analyze and break this thing down. And I may have a word or two coming at the end. If not, who knows? But just watch this for yourself, and then you can question yourself what you do on Sundays, Fridays, Wednesdays, whatever day of the week. Stay tuned, man. RANM TV. You already know we keep it G. Uncle Jackson Ave, who talk on Black Power. Always remember that, family. Black love is the cure for the black nation. So let's get it. It's okay to thinking ain't illegal, living black ain't wrong. Reality goes over religion. Sit back, stay tuned, and watch this shit, man. This shit is hilarious. All right, MRBG TV. We out.
All right, so what is this residential center?
Oh, this is a place that the ministry owns. Well, not owned. We're in the process of buying that. Yeah. We don't own it yet.
Are you renting to buy, or?
Yeah, we're leasing to buy.
You have that as an asset of $2,844,500. So do you own it?
I just answered it. So we didn't own it.
Okay, but where does the? I'm sorry.
releasing to buy it. I thought we just said that.
But you've listed it as an asset worth $2,844,000.
Oh, that should be more of a liability.
And so where does the number $2,844,000 come from on your asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home or the residential center.
Is it a home?
No, it's a residential center.
Right. So you're saying it's not something you own, but you have it listed as an asset of $2.8 million.
That's probably a mistake. Like I said, it probably should be a liability.
Okay, and what goes on at the residential center?
It is a gathering place for our ministry where I bring in different leaders and also the staff that we have as a place of, maybe resort and teaching.
Resort?
Yeah, teaching. A resort where we teach and train.
On November 29th, 2013, JMMI paid over $6,000 to Louis Vuitton.
Hmm? Yes.
What would that be for?
Well, this is for clothes concerning my TV ministry as well.
So you have to wear Louis Vuitton?
Oh, it don't matter what name it is. The point is clothing are allocated to us for ministry purposes as well.
What do you mean they're allocated to you?
In the media ministry.
In a what?
Media ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, on the road, when I'm always traveling and using my clothes, I'm sweating through them. So I'm needing new clothes also for television ministry. So
you use ministry money to buy your wardrobe.
Outfit. It's allocated more towards ministry apparel.
Does that go into what your income is?
I'm sorry.
Do you show that in your income that you got Louis Vuitton clothing?
No, that's not. That
doesn't show.
Because it don't go there.
It don't go there. I don't know what that means.
It don't belong there. That's out of place.
What's out of place?
You don't get taxed on things like that. That's for ministry business purpose. So it's not
Louis Vuitton.
Well, you can call whatever you want.
So June 2014, you spent $3,500 by JMMI to Versace in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
I'm sure that's right. If it shows there.
And that was for clothing for you?
Yes, probably. Yes, most likely.
So you don't see that there's any problem in your ministering to the poor, the sick, the needy, to be appearing in Louis Vuitton and Versace?
Well, that ain't something I purchase all the time.
Well, it looks like you did several times in...
I'm a very frugal person when it comes to this. I go to the right places to get a lot of suits. And if I get some from those places, you don't see that.
I don't see Macy's.
No, you don't see that, because Macy's don't have the kind of suits that I wear. But what I'm saying is, this Louis Vuitton things, you don't see that in our charges all the time.
2013 and 14 GMMI spent over $30,000 on your clothes. Does that sound about right?
What year was that?
13 and 14.
Oh, God, yes, because I was traveling so much. And sweating through all my clothes. Exactly. It probably wasn't enough.
But they have to be top-of-the-line expensive ones.
No, they're not top-of-the-line clothes.
Louis Vuitton's not top-of-the-line?
Those not where I get my suits from.
Well, you got something from them spent thousands and thousands.
Well, the belts are more lasting, so that's good.
Come on, you're buying belts for $5,000?
No, I have multiple belts. Not
August 2014, you went to the Gucci store in Troy and purchased something?
Yeah, like I say, it probably was a belt or maybe shoes. I don't know. But I don't usually buy my suits from these very expensive places. I just get the things that I invest in will last longer, like such as belts.
So you got to go to Gucci or places like that.
Well, no, I buy those things from there because they have a better TV appearance for the belt.
For asking for money from the poor?
No, it's,
you paid $1,000 to Mature Clothing in New York, and then another $715. Whose clothing was that for?
where's that now? I don't understand.
August 1st, October 28th. Total of over $1,700 to Monsieur Clothing in New York.
I don't know about that.
You testified at your last deposition that JMMI owns 3 vehicles, a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Bentley.
Yes.
Have you driven those cars?
Yes.
Is Michelle?
No. We usually have a driver.
The 3 cars that we've talked about, in whose name are the titles?
Then the ministry.
They're all in JMMI.
I think everything except the Bentley.
Whose name is the Bentley in?
It's in DeWin, McDeal.
I have a question, just from a, you minister to the poor and the sick and all that. Isn't it a little offensive to be driving around in a Bentley and a Mercedes to people that really, are impoverished and sick and ill and AIDS and drug rehab? Isn't it a little offensive to sort of be showplacing what you have?
Well, if you want, I don't showcase to people, and I'm not in
Bentley.
that car. You don't see me driving around that car every day. I don't do that.
But it's in the ministry. Everybody in the ministry sees you. You said you drive it.
I haven't before. You just asked me have I drove it, but it ain't something I drive every day or even every year. I don't do it. I have drivers who pick up my guests, my high-profile guests.
But do you see my point that people that are suffering and giving you whatever their last dime is and donations and drug habits, to have them see you drive around your high-profile guests in a Bentley or Mercedes might be offensive and hurtful even.
It could be offensive if they didn't know my life, but they know my life. It would be offensive to someone like you who's trying to make it bad, but...
So it's important you have a Bentley.
It ain't really important. That don't make me.
Then you also have a Land Rover that you lease.
Range Rover.
Range Rover.
Yes, it's not Land Rover. It's a Range Rover.
Correct.
Which is the better one? I don't know.
They're just cars. So.
Right. Then there's a series of documents that total almost $50,000 to limo land in 2013 and 14. You have to answer yes.
Yes.
Okay. What was that for?
That was to cut the Mercedes into a limo.
It was to cut the Mercedes.
Into a limo.
And who needs that?
No, that's for guests.
It's for guests and for you?
It's mostly
when
for
you're
guests.
entertaining guests?
Yes.
When you're entertaining?
No, I'm not. But when we have guests come in, high-profile people, we
you have to have a limo.
that way. Don't have to have a limo, but
In a Mercedes limo.
we treat them.
You treat them?
I said that we hospitality. Maybe that's a better word.
Okay, then.
And this is not the first one the ministry's had. We had
not the
another
first.
Mercedes limousine. That's right.
So you paid limo land almost $50,000 total.
Almost $50,000
And that was for what? To make a limo.
to cut the Mercedes into a limo.
And you think that was a good use of the money that people donated to you in JMMI?
Well, I mean, the banks certainly have looked at that on our books as good because it has an appraisal value of almost $200K, a little over $150,000.
So, but you got this from donations, and you decided to use it to make a limo.
We really invested really good. The banks.
No, I'm
really
just
did
asking
that.
if that's what you did.
No, not the way you're saying it. It's you're fortifying, forging.
I'm forging?
With your mouth. Yeah.
Just
The question is,
did you use the money for the purpose?
No.
The answer is yes.
So,
In June of 2013, there's over $6,000 worth of charges for the Disney Resort Hotel in Anaheim, California. Do you remember that?
yes.
And did you go?
Yes, I was there.
Does JMI pay of your auto expenses?
Yes.
And how much?
Auto expenses, I wouldn't know exactly how much.
You don't know how much you get?
No.
Who would
The board
know?
takes care of it.
Who's the board?
You can ask Michelle. She's another person who's there.
What about your housing? Does JMI pay any of that?
Yes.
You get a housing allowance?
Yes.
And how much is it?
I'm not sure.
And do you report these allowances as compensation on your tax return?
Honestly, I don't know how all that works. I have other people who do that, so you can refer to Michelle.
Michelle does your taxes?
No, I have other people do it, but she's over a lot of that, the financial aspect.
When you say it's up to the board, the board includes Michelle,
Yes.
you,
Yes.
and who else?
I'm not sure. You can ask Michelle.
You don't know who's on the board?
Totally. I would rather you get the accurate information, because I don't want to be accused of answering falsely, like I have been other times when I've tried to guess. So I just rather you. I'm telling you, I don't know. Just ask her.
How many people are on the board?
I don't know. Just
You don't know?
No.
Don't you have to have board meetings?
Yes, we do have board meetings.
So can you count around the table how many people there are?
Well, our board also grows at the same time. So I just rather you just get that information somewhere.
The last time you had a board meeting was when?
So on the phone, I think it's been the beginning of the year in January. Can't exactly tell the date, but
It was on the phone.
yeah. I've never been to court for no criminal charges.
Did you ever hire pardon me? Did you ever hire an attorney to represent you in any criminal defense manner?
Yes, I have. And that was the only thing I could think of in 13 is me, when I disciplined my child, and that was the only thing. So I don't know anything other than that.
Now, tell me about that one. Was that in St. Louis?
Yes.
And which child was that?
That was last year, I think. Or the year before last, if I'm not 13. That's,
which child?
Destiny.
Your 18-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And was this done through Children's Protective Services?
I think so, yeah.
And what were the allegations?
Well, that I had disciplined her because she skipped class 20 times, and they felt my discipline measure of using a belt was abusive.
All right, so you used a belt in disciplining Destiny?
I don't know if I can speak on that. Can I speak on this? Because my lawyers tell me
Yeah. Not knowing the status of those proceedings.
Is it resolved? Is it all done?
I'm going to object.
Well, let me just ask what the status is.
I don't know.
And I'm not asking you to say what you did. I'm just asking if the allegations were that you disciplined your daughter with a belt and caused...
Okay.
Just allegations.
You may ask, but I'm opposed to constitutional protection.
What's the constitutional? I'm not asking him to say what he did or didn't do.
Anything that might lead to or otherwise be considered to be incriminating, I think he's got a right to sue.
I think he can tell me what the allegations are. That is not privileged, Fifth Amendment or otherwise.
It is, because if he doesn't know, he's speculating, and
Well, he's not saying that.
I don't know.
Certain privilege is absolute. Someone wants to take it. I don't know. I don't know who the lawyer is. He doesn't seem to know the condition of the matter. So to avoid any kind of drift, and I think maybe you might be concerned about it as well.
Well, is this, let me ask you, did this rise to the level of court intervention by the local court in St. Louis that does.
Don't speculate if you don't.
Well, please don't testify for him.
Well, I don't know.
Did you go to court on it?
What court?
Any court. Did you ever go to any court about these allegations that you disciplined Destiny physically? Without.
So with family court?
Yeah.
Yeah, family court.
So you did go to family court? Yes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what was the outcome of that? Is it done? Is it pending?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
No, I don't know everything.
Is that why Destiny doesn't live with you now?
Yes.
You're running a strange program, y'all. I mean, more poor and disenfranchised folks than this place has ever seen. And see, they try to front this shit off like it don't exist.
Had to play this back.
Meanwhile, the rich get richer, and the poor don't get a fucking thing. Times like these, people want to get high. Real high and real fast. And this is gonna do it. And make us rich.
Do you get my point now, family? After seeing what you seen and hearing what you heard, do you get to what I'm trying to tell you? Now, again, you can go to any neighborhood, any black hood, here, there, everywhere, your state, my state, this, that, and the third. You're going to see the same things, pretty much in a close vicinity. Church after church after church, liquor store after liquor store after liquor store, etc., etc., etc. People are going through a lot of things right now, man. People are struggling on many different levels, mentally, physically, health-wise, educational-wise. Of course, we're dealing with this economy. Folks are struggling. And with that being said, dealing with people struggling, their minds get ambitious. They want to do things. They want to latch on and connect with something that's going to be, quote-unquote, a feel-good. You already know black people, of course, we love that feel-good shit. And one of the greatest feel-good tools that have been proposed to black people is the religion. Of course, when I say the church, don't get it twisted. I'm not just talking about the church with the cross on the top or whatever. No, I'm talking about the mosque. I'm talking about the Jewish synagogue too. Talking to my Hebrews or whatever the case may be. Anything that deals with this westernized interpretation of religion, right? And you have to break it down just like that, the interpretation. Because if you really look at it, if you study, of course, we're not going to get too deep into this. You know where the shit comes from. You know where the original system is. You know how the thing works. But we ain't focused on that because that's not what we live in. Our people live and basically breathe under this westernized interpretation of religion, of this spiritual system, controlled into religion. Feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, if you live in your life based on somebody else's interpretation, you're going to get caught up and you're going to get swept up into a whole bunch of shit and not even realizing. Because again, you caught up in the feel good. You caught up in what makes you feel good, what makes you tingle, quote unquote. But that which makes you feel good can really, once again, be hurting you, harming you, giving all your time, resources, energy, manpower, etc. to the benefits of somebody else who can, when the time to show and prove, they can't even account for it. Now again, not to get in too deep into this stuff, but based on the things that we was all taught, right? Again, based on these interpretations, your pastor is supposed to basically be a, I want to say mimic, but for the lack of a better word, mimicking that that savior figure, that Christ figure that they have as their Messiah, right? Now, according to the doctrine, according to the text, nonetheless, the words, black and white in the words. Again, we're not going to get too deep into this. You already know where my mind goes, but I'm just presenting what the family rocks with, right? According to the text, right? All this stuff that this pastor and many like him, because he's not the only one, there's many like him that get caught up into this materialism and all this shit or whatever. He lived the total opposite according to what the text says. Now, this character was a modest person. He was amongst gangsters, thugs, hoodlums, because he was trying to bring their awareness up. This guy talking about some high-profile guests. That character didn't have any high-profile guests. Again, he was in the hood. He was in the streets with the people trying to raise their awareness. This guy is taking the awareness, the blind awareness of their congregation and running with it, building up his stock house. You saw the mansion the man had. But again, I ain't going to get too deep into it, family. You saw what it was, and I want you to take the time to analyze it for yourself. So that way, when you go out on a Sunday, Friday, Wednesday evening, whatever the case may be, or when your family does, you have some sort of insight as to what's be going on. Start to question these people, family. Again, they're in your neighborhoods, our neighborhoods, taking our money, right? Question them, see where that shit go. And if they can't account, your ass gotta go. Thinking ain't illegal, living black ain't wrong, man. All in together now, man. It's your brother in Google, now you see already in there, man. You've been walking with REM, RBG TV. We keep it G. Stay locked to the next one, man. You know how we do, man. All right? Boom.